I was just saying the resolutions and whatnot that we take in New Year's and how most of nothing lasts past Valentine's Day. So what do you think that is? Do you think it's because as humans we lack willpower? Is that one? So, and the brain likes efficiency. And efficiency is accomplished when we do what we normally do, right? We're all creatures of habit. Look at for me when I say I eat in front of the TV, that's just my habit. Breaking it is hard. It's not because of a lack of willpower, but it's comfortable for me to do that because it's what I've always done. And having goals that are vague, it's very confusing to our brain. For example, sometimes, New Year's comes along and then we say, I'm going to eat healthier. What does that mean? How do you implement that? Does anybody else know about SMART goals? Do you know what they are? It's an acronym, SMART. I'm going to tell you what it means, but then I'm going to give you an example of how you can take something in your lifestyle that you would like to improve with, and that how you apply it. So SMART, S is specific. Okay? You have to pick something specific. M is measurable. Can you measure it? Let's say it's an exercise habit. Well, I'm going to start walking. How often are you going to walk? Is it going to be 5 days a week? Is it going to be 7 days a week? A is achievable. If you say, I'm going to start running 10K every day tomorrow, and you've never run in your life before, is that achievable? No. R is realistic. Well, that would apply to what I just said as well. And then T is timely. You want to give it like a timeline. So I'll give you an example. You decide you're going to start running, but you've never run before. So you wake up on a Monday morning and you say, okay, I'm going to work towards running. You might decide that before you start running, you're going to walk. How often are you going to walk? You might decide that you're going to walk a half an hour every time you go out. And then on the second week, you might establish a plan of how you can integrate running into your walking. Okay, I'm going to walk for 5 minutes and then I'll run for 30 seconds. I'll walk again for 5 minutes, I'll run for 30 seconds to build up all the muscles. But just saying I'm going to exercise more, it typically doesn't happen. But we are also, like I said, our brains are used to what's comfortable for us, what's familiar and comfortable. And doing things differently causes a little bit of chaos. So doing things very gradually and being patient with yourself when you're making changes. I know that because I can't even tell you how many times I quit smoking years ago. I quit 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 times. I don't know how many times I quit. I quit many, many, many times and went back to it until I quit for good. And what happens to us when we try to establish a new habit and we fail, when we relapse, what do we do to ourselves? What do we say to ourselves? You're a failure. You said you were going to do this and you didn't do it. Why didn't you do it? Why couldn't you hold to it? Rather than saying, I'm not going to do this or I'm going to take this away from myself, introduce some good habits that will sort of build on themselves. And then sometimes the less effective habits tend to just fall away. Okay? So whether it's with your eating, whether it's with your exercise habits, whether it's with smoking, whether it's with sleeping.
So in an evening, so you've got all those goals, but then things trigger you to, I want potato chips because I want the salt. What are other things you can do when a trigger comes?
Well, a few things. I mean, again, if you can avoid the trigger, I'm going to use an example. If I come home from somewhere and I turn my TV on later in the evening, there's something about turning that TV on that makes me want to eat something crunchy, chips or whatever. So for me, what I've changed, if I watch TV earlier in the evening where I don't snack because I've just had supper, I don't switch the TV on if I come home. Let's say I come home from somewhere and I want to watch an end of a program or something, I don't do it. Because if I do it, I can guarantee you that I'm going to go and open the drawer where I have some crunchy things. It's taken me a while to identify the trigger is turning on the TV later in the evening.
I was going to say, what about removing those things from your house?
Exactly, and that is my next thing. I know a lot about nutrition, but I'm no different than anybody else. There's certain things that are my triggers, and I love what you just said, don't have the stuff in your house.